Hello everyone and welcome back to a new video. Today we're on F1 2021 for a world record driving the Formula 2 cars. This time it's around at Albert Park Circuit of the Australian Grand Prix. And like with the other world records I have in the F2 cars, this is the fastest lap using no assists and using no custom setup. So just using one of the preset setups. And for this one it was the maximum top speed setup. So for this one, going to talk through the lap, give my thoughts on places that I think I could improve and just some of the decisions I make during the lap. Before that, going to show the lap in full with just the engine sound, so hope you enjoy. So as we cross the line then, set a 132.679. As we go to look at the leaderboard then you can see there, puts me in 8th place, and on the right hand side you see no setup and no assist use. So pretty good lap, and we're going to look at it again now. Heading down into turn 1, brake bias on 54, and I like to brake a bit earlier here to make sure that you really cut the inside curb so that you're able to carry more speed through the exit and through turn 2 onto the second part of the DRS straight, using all the track on the exit. And down into turn 3 now, putting the brake bias back up to 56, because into this turn I found that the rears lock very easily if the brake bias is any lower than 56, and having it a bit higher means you can brake very late. See here, not really locking up, getting it nicely into the apex, short shifting up the third and keeping it in third through turn 4, making sure to not lose it on the exit. Have a bit of a moment. Brake bias now down to 54 for the next section. Through turn 5 it's easily flat in a Formula 1 car, but in F2 it's not really comfortably flat, especially with the lowest downforce preset. Through here, clip the inside curb a small bit, kind of upsets the car, so a bit of luck whether you get a bit unsettled through there, but luckily on this lap managed to keep it all together and get a pretty good run. Down into turn 6 then, have to spot the braking point nicely, make sure not to lock up, and you want to really cut the inside curb, and on this lap didn't really do that as much as I would have liked. Could have gained a bit more time there. And on the exit, that curb, it can unsettle the car sometimes, so again just a bit of luck whether you get a nice exit there without losing the rear. Up to turn 7 I think it is now, to the chicane, brake bias back up to 56, because any lower and you are locking the rears if you try to brake too late. And this is probably the trickiest corner on the track, because the inside curb for the first part, if you hit the sausage curb there, then it's going to really push the car too wide and you lose a lot of time there. On the exit then, you don't really want to use the curb, because if you try and get on the power, then you could really lose the back end. It's almost 50-50 whether you get it right or not. So using a small bit of curb, not really too confident on the power there, and we were about a tenth up before that chicane, and now we're about half a tenth down, so I'd say we lost a little over a tenth there, so it's plenty of time to gain on this lap. As down into the fast chicane then, brake bias back down to 54, so that there's less chance of locking the fronts and running wide. I really got right on this lap, braking a bit early so that you can really cut the first part. I think I was lucky there to not get an invalidation. It was really on the limit, but keeping it nice and tight through the first part means you can keep the power on more through the second, and using a lot of curb there. And yeah, you really want to get a good exit for this part on the straight with the DRS down into the last section of the track. Brake bias back up to 54 for this right-hander, because again, any lower and the rears were starting to lock, and higher brake bias means it can brake a small bit later. Getting on the power nice and early on the exit before putting the brake bias back down to 54 and making sure not to lock up through this right-hander and keep it within track limits. We managed to get a pretty nice exit and into the last two turns now. This is where I lost a lot of time on my previous lap and went a bit wide, so on this attempt still go a bit wide, wider than would have liked ideally, but managed to get turned nicely and we're over 10th up. Short shift to the third and keeping it in third through the final turn up to fourth on the exit so I don't get wheels, and opening DRS on the run down to the line to finish the lap. So as you can see again, with that lap, we're P8, and I think could have found 1.5, maybe 2 tenths, so could have maybe got 6th at best on the leaderboard, but I'm happy enough with the lap that I did. But thanks for watching, until the next one, hope you enjoyed, see you then.